craving something scary.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, yo, yo!
What's up, fellas?
How's it hanging?
Quite well, actually. Thank you for asking.
A little to the left, a little to the right. You know, I'm just trying to figure it. Curve it a little bit. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
curved.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love the tentacles.
Nothing like a good tentacle.
I have missed this, gentlemen. I've been away
Yeah.
making shit, so it's been nice. It's nice. It's nice to be on a stream with all y'all. I wish Knight was here, but it's nice.
Same. Yeah. Knight is, as you guys see, Knight is not with us today, but he will be back with us on Monday, so don't fret. So you're going to stuck with just the three of us tonight, the trifecta, if you will.
At least we still have Fate, who is the Lethal Collective after all.
Well, as long as we have Fate, we'll be okay.
Nothing like two guys on top of me. I love it.
Whoa. Oh.
Just a regular Saturday night for
Wow.
the Fate decided here.
Just another day.
Saturday night. How about Monday morning, Tuesday afternoon? I mean,
It's a day that ends in Y, right?
Yes.
oh, okay.
That ends in Y. You know,
Starts with a K, ends with
still
a Y.
young. Have to live a little.
Yeah, man. Well, enjoy yourself, brother. I want to say something else. I want to say is happy birthday to our Jen Werner. Happy birthday, Jen.
Happy
Yay.
birthday. Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Every time it's somebody's birthday, we should do you guys ever see the movie Waiting? You know, when they do the birthday song and then the kid starts crying because it's like they're like yelling at the kid. That's what we should do. All of us should just do it at the same time. Just
Get that clip ready. Get that clip ready to
should.
go for someone's
Yeah,
birthday.
that's
There
a
you
good
go.
idea.
You know, I have a special clip. Now, this is not a birthday clip, but Jen, this one is for you.
I'll make your bubs bounce. I'll make your bubs bounce. Let's go.
There you go, Jen.
That's the most upsetting thing I've ever seen in my life. Awesome.
It's great. It's great to see you guys showing my dad some love. He was shooting his
Wow.
shot. Okay, shooting his shot.
Yes. And I've been uploading some new clips because every month I want to kind of refresh my little clips for my live streams, you know, so they don't get stale.
Yeah.
So I just gave you a sneak peek of some new clips I'm premiering tomorrow night on my 9:30 live stream. The
you go.
big Stu Mocker announcement live stream. So that's one little sneak peek. I got more goodies for tomorrow.
We should get the what in the butt clip, but the one with Butters.
Oh gosh.
God.
Oh no.
I got to get some South Park clips. I just added. Have you guys ever seen llamas with hats? It's like the llama and he killed somebody and like the.
No.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh man, it's a internet classic, a classic when it comes to internet comedy and shit. And I just put a clip from that in my live stream. So I got a bunch of crazy stuff. It's
Dude,
great.
I love it. It's fun to keep it fresh. I think people dig it. You know, they enjoy those little crazy clips. Jen, that was not supposed to be me. I paid good money to hire that dancer. So I hope you enjoyed the performance.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
It was
Oh,
wonderful.
thank you
Really
guys. He worked hard, very hard. Well,
That's emotional damage.
oh,
That's what that was.
wait, you mean wait?
Emotional damage.
Yes,
The world of TikTok bleeds into YouTube.
it does.
It's inevitable.
It is.
it's what happened with Vine. It's happening with TikTok.
I know, right?
It is,
It's just gonna
man.
happen.
Bye. Oh,
Wow.
bye.
But you know what never gets old? Sorry, that never gets old. I will never replace that clip.
It's too bad.
That's too
That's too
bad.
bad.
That's too bad. Oh, not Meg. That's too bad. Jen says I did enjoy it, but I love my cinnamon man. Oh, Jen. That's my new nickname now. Is the Cinnamon Man.
Cinnamon Man.
I missed
don't
a
want
lot.
him to hide.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Oh, you missed,
Wow.
dude. You missed Jen coming out of her shell, and I got called Cinnamon Man and all kinds of stuff that I can't really talk about. So you missed it.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Craven
Dang.
Toast Crunch. It's the taste you can see.
Taste you can see.
Oh, hey guys, you know what else? We're gonna see a new cast member in Scream 6. A newbie's been confirmed today by the name of Dermot Mulroney, which I know him from the episodes he was on the Fox TV show Prodigal Son. I don't know if you guys ever saw that, but
No.
he was in like 3 or 4 episodes. Not a nice guy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, he played a really good bad dude. But in this movie, in Scream 6, he's going to be a detective, police officer, detective.
Is he? Was that confirmed? I didn't see that.
Yep.
That's in the
Yep.
THR article. Yeah.
Yeah,
is it?
it's in the Bloody Disgusting article as well. Which
So
I
good, I
wanna
was
cut.
right. Because
So-
I was like, he looks like he's gonna play a detective. So I was like, okay, good.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'll be covering a video. We'll probably all do videos tomorrow. I'm gonna do one on it tomorrow. But yeah, he's gonna be a detective in Scream 2. So might he be our new Mark Kincaid?
He looks like a detective though. Like so, like I have the video
Yeah.
up already about it, and like that was one of the big things I was talking about. He looks like a detective. Like he looks like somebody that like I would see and be like, okay, he's the new Mark Kincaid of this movie, and it makes sense. I mean, they're moving out of Woodsboro. Like, why not have a detective trying to solve the Ghostface attacks? Now, could it be detective turn Ghostface?
We've never
Hey.
seen that before. I mean, it
Yeah.
could be cool. I mean, think about there was kind of like that red herring in Scream 3 for a moment where you're like,
Big time.
yeah, maybe. You know, you're like, maybe it's the cops. But
Yep.
I will say, I think it's really funny that everyone like Carrie just put in there like my sister's wedding or whatever the fuck it's called. I've never seen
Yeah.
it before,
My
but when I
best
was looking
friend's
up his
My best
my
friend's
best
wedding.
friend's wedding, yeah.
Julia
Everyone knows
Roberts.
this guy from somewhere else. Like
Yeah.
when I heard the name, I'm like, oh, Insidious 3, he's the dad. Yeah, I know that, and everyone's like pulls them from something else, which I think is cool. But yeah, I posted the video and I want to know what you guys think about this. I just posted it and I said, is this going to be Dewey's replacement now that he's playing a cop character? Or is he just going to be like some side character? Like, is that kind of what they're
Yeah.
going for with this? Because that's something I was scared about. I'm like, oh, I don't know who can fill those shoes. I don't know if anyone can fill the Dewey shoes.
You know, I think he's just going to be a new Detective Edwards, like we got in Scream 2. You remember the 2 detectives covering Sydney? I think he's
Yeah.
going to be not necessarily that exact character. I mean, but I think he's going to be a one and done. Probably going to get killed. I suspect, but I could be wrong. That's just my feeling.
It is weird that they announced him by himself. You know, that's kind of strange.
We need a Detective Wallace to be a set. We need Detective
Yeah.
Wallace back. He is so great. That was my favorite character in Scream 3. He was just perfect with everything he said. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna be the Dewey replacement. I think he's just gonna be like, you know, the Mark Kincaid in this film.
Right.
The guy that you know, you see and you're like, oh, he's running around, he's doing stuff, maybe he gets killed, maybe he survives at the end. You know, I mean, maybe he carries over into Scream 7, but I don't think he's gonna be the, you know, the prototypical like Dewey-esque character. I think he'll probably be closer to even just personality wise, probably closer to Mark Kincaid than Dewey.
I think so too.
But yeah, I'm curious to see it. I mean, the whole Gale thing. I mean, we still haven't gotten confirmation from Courtney Cox, which I think is,
Nope.
you know, it's weird. And
We have not, man. In fact, they
yeah.
took her off. Remember, she was on the production weekly cast for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it was, and then mysteriously gone. And even in the Bloody Disgusting article I read that I'll be covering, it even says it only gives the core 4, and then Hayden, and then this guy, and then it even says Courtney Cox and Nev are not officially on the film, although
Yeah.
Courtney has alluded to it. I don't think she has, man. I think people have blown that into way out of proportion. She's never, ever once said she was in this movie. Only that I'm getting the script, and then she says it was a good script. That's it. And then I don't know where the contracts are at.
Why would she get this? I think though, why would she get the script if she wasn't in it? That's my
Because
thing about it.
I think she wouldn't take it without it. In other words, it's like, you're going to have to give me the script to read before I'm going to say yes. I think that she could pull it off because she's Courtney Cox. You know, she's a legacy. So that didn't surprise me though, man. I don't think I think that's so. I think that's conditioned for her coming back.
Also the other thing too, we got to keep in mind, and this is what I mentioned in the video that I uploaded, is that like all of that stuff that Courtney said happened before Shining Veil 2 was announced. So it's possible things have changed since then. You know, because she said all that stuff, you know, months ago, and then it was announced that Shining Veil, that season 2 was getting picked up, and then all of a sudden she's off the cast list for Scream. What's going on? Then all of a sudden she's off the cast. Yeah,
Sorry.
I wasn't waving at you, man.
I'm waving at you.
Me. Thank you, Killjoy Jake. Thank
There
you.
you go. Feel better?
I feel much better.
But no, but yeah, no, I think that that's something that we need to keep in mind as well. Is that like, you know, we have. She said everything she said. They made the announcement for Shining Veil, and then she got taken off the cast list. I just think, like, you know, it's usually not a good sign.
Right.
So I don't know. I would imagine though, like, that she would be in it even briefly. I could see that. I know. Like the original plot that came out was she was supposed to be thrusted into a bigger role, but I think like now Shining Veil, I think that probably changed it. You know, maybe not. Maybe she's not in like, you know, the bulk of the movie, but she's in, you know, a couple scenes or something like that. I don't know. I'm curious to see, but it's strange. We haven't gotten. I mean, we haven't got a cast list either, and it's looking more and more likely. Like that rumor that we weren't going to get a cast list till August is looking more and more true. You know, I mean, granted, tomorrow we could get a full cast list, and then what I just said is aged poorly. But I mean, we're 3 days away. I mean, you know, you're talking 3 days. And we haven't got nothing. I imagine though, the next few days we'll probably get announcements. Like,
well, we got that one today.
Yeah, maybe not the full cast list, but like I think we'll get like, oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Mm-hmm. Which I don't understand. Like, why not release the full cast list and just leave off the characters you don't want, like the actors and actresses you don't want people to know about yet?
Right.
You know, release a full cast list. Here's everybody you can know. Here's Courtney. Here's Nev. Here's, you know, Dermot. Here's, you know, all of the people, like, you know, Hayden, everybody. Yeah. And then there you go. And then just leave off the, you know, 2 or 3 people you want to be a big surprise. Like,
yeah, you got to leave out Matthew Lillard. You got to leave out whoever's playing Christina Carpenter. You want to surprise. We want to be surprised by those people. Right. So, 100% agree.
See, that's something else I want to talk about. Is Christina Carpenter and Leslie Mocker, are they really going to be in this movie now?
I mean, it's not confirmed, and I'm kind of like, I'm of the opinion. I'm of the opinion that I kind of don't really. They're not necessary for me personally. I really don't think, like, maybe if they want to do. My problem with it is that if they come in and then one of them's the killer, that's way too close to the twist of Scream 2. Like, it's just it's too close to have a relative character be the killer that was previously mentioned once in the last film. You know, it's the same thing. I want something. I don't want something else. I don't even want them to be characters in the next film, because that's how that's too close to Scream 2, I think. So I hope it focuses on the new characters and maybe some like college kids, some just some friends of the main group, something along those lines.
Dude, you know you want to see another female mother character be the mastermind. Come on, you know you want to see Christina. Mother. Yeah. What is it? Vince's mother.
Vince's mother.
Bro, if I watch this movie and that happens, I'm like gonna call you in the parking lot and say, "Dude, what are you doing?"
I'll be screaming, dude. I'll be actually screaming at you on the phone.
I know you will. I know.
I'm like I'm mentally preparing myself for that to be a possibility, because it is, and I hate to say it, but it's totally a possibility that they're gonna make somebody's mother, Richie's mother. You know, like, dude, I'm mentally preparing myself to walk out of the theater and not scream in a whole crowd full of people. So
it's smart, man. Be ready for the worst. They always say, prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
I just my big thing is that, so like I originally thought for sure that they were going to be in this movie until we got the announcement that we weren't returning to Woodsboro, because at that point it doesn't make any sense. Like, I guess, yeah, Leslie Mocker, if she is the killer, whatever. You know, she could be a reporter on campus in Scream 6, but like,
oh, dude,
you know what I mean? Like, but like realistically, like, because it's not like Sam and Tara have a great relationship with their mother to where they're going to want their mother to come with them wherever they go. right? I mean, her mother
Right.
didn't even show up to be by Tara's side. Like, so I don't think they're gonna be like, it's okay. Like, let's work this out. Like Jake said in one of the lethal streams, like, if all of a sudden they're just like happy go lucky with mom, like it's gonna be shit. She's just been nothing but like the worst mother on the planet. Like, and like I that's probably what's gonna happen if she is involved. Like at some point, like it'll start out as this like toxic relationship, and then they'll come to the realization that life is short and Ghostface will be here tomorrow, and they need life. They need life to be better. Like I just think that no matter how you slice it, that's probably gonna happen. But like now, it just doesn't make any sense because you're not gonna be in Woodsboro, so unless Leslie lives in like New York or something where they go to, like assuming that that's what happens, like. But even then, it's just like the coincidences, and then why was Vince in Woodsboro? Like I don't see a way that you can tie that in now, without just plugging it in just to plug it in. Like Martha makes sense. Like I could see Martha, like the kids go to college or something, and Martha follows. Like because she probably wants to get out of Woodsboro too. Her kids were almost butchered. She's a loving mother. Her brother was butchered by Ghostface. Like I could see that happening. But Christina Carpenter, I have kids. What? She's down to the buckle.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot about those kids. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm your
Mom,
daughter.
I was stabbed 7 times and they broke my ankle. Can you please come? I'm sorry, I'm busy.
Put a Band-Aid on it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Hang up.
You're in
Welcome
good
to the
hands.
real world. This is adulthood. We all
Exactly.
get stabbed.
Hey, Fate, real quick. We have a request from our birthday girl today, and if it was anyone less, let's say, supportive of the collective and our individual channels, maybe you would consider not doing this. But I think personally, you should grant this request. Jen Warner has requested to see you do the stew dance for her birthday.
Ghostface will do the stew dance.
Oh my gosh,
All right, put it up.
Fate, come, man, dude. All right, I'm disappointed.
no fun.
In you. I'm really disappointed. I thought you'd man up for that.
This is Stu
For
Ghostface. Look, she wasn't the first one to request that.
What's-
Somebody else requested
I
it
know.
in the chat.
I saw that. And did
then
I
it
mention
became a
it yet?
flurry of pains. And so she just thought, oh, I'm gonna use my birthday as leverage to get Fate to do it.
What's
Look,
the stew dance? How does it go?
Jake, you know
Give
the
me
stew
a-
dance.
Hit me with
Get
this.
it up. Get it
Oh,
up.
this? Oh, that's
Yeah.
it? That's all I gotta do?
There you go,
Are you
Jake.
kidding me?
I'm doing
Give
the
it to
dance
her.
right now, but you can't.
I can't see it. I
right, hold
can't
on.
see it.
All right, hold on. Oh, I'll fix that. No.
I won't
I
stop.
get it, Jen.
I won't stop.
All right, Tyler.
Allie had to do it
Tyler,
once.
nope.
Allie
Let's
had
see
to do
those
it
arms,
once.
Tyler. You're in full view. Look at there.
Allie had to do it once. That's it.
Come on, man.
I did it once, but you blocked me. You should
That's
have gone ahead.
that's
Man.
pitiful, dude. That's weak. I'm sorry.
I did it for Jen.
You know
Come
what,
on.
Jake. You're going back up
Oh.
to the top, man. That's pitiful. All right, well, Jake.
If I just start throwing away my morals, what's next? You know?
That's coming from the guy who has a
Wow.
GoFundMe to get him on the
Exactly.
stew train.
I know.
Shush.
Look, that's the channel. Okay?
Oh.
If I start getting up, hey, has the GoFundMe been funded? I think not. I will do the stew dance every single day for the rest of my life if that gets funded.
Oh my gosh.
Fate needs to be muted. Jason, I loved you.
Jen, I tried. Okay, we tried.
That was cute. It was cute.
Tried to make it happen.
Yeah. Hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams.
Wayne
the
says
dream
Martha.
crusher.
Opening kill for Martha. Yeah, I mean we've talked about that before. It's possible, But however, they can't. I think that they'll already be registered for college. It's going to be. I don't think we'll ever. We may not even see them in Woodsboro. And my kid literally could just start like 2 did, where you're in Ohio, or in this case New York. So
We could have I had someone in my comment section the other day say something along the lines of like, what if we get the first kill in Woodsboro? And then like, remember Sam's plan in 5 was just a fuck it. Like I'm out of here. You know what I mean? What if that's the plot of Scream 6 is like, oh, what if they're still in Woodsboro? Someone gets killed by a ghost face and everyone just leaves. They're just like, nope, we're dipping. Sorry. And then it's like, oh, but one of the persons they went with was actually Ghostface, something like that.
Yeah, I think I talked about it in a live stream, and I think I even made a video about that. how I mean, it even fits the plot where it says, there's Ghostface attacking a small town in a big city. So I think, I mean, like I said, like when I was talking about, I was saying like it's very possible we could get an opening scene kill in Woodsboro, and then later, and then fast forward. So like maybe it is Martha. Martha gets killed. The Meeks twins are in New York or whatever, and so you got different time periods. So they think mom's asleep or whatever. Now, like mom's not answering. What's going on? Like like hey, something's going on with mom. Like I mean, there's ways to make that work. And then also for like the funeral scene or whatever, like I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility if like you get a brief scene, like say you get the brief scene and you get the Dewey funeral and you just kind of see everybody crying and sobbing and emotional, and then that ends, like so you get like a minute or two of that ends, and then it picks up, whatever. Maybe it's Hank Loomis is the opening scene kill. Like so, this could be an idea. So you have the funeral opening scene, right? That ends. The next day or like couple days, whatever, Hank Loomis dies, and then Scream 6 picks up like it says like 8 months later or something. And like there's some significance to Hank Loomis dying because he's the father of Sam or whatever. And nobody knows where Hank is. No one knows about Hank. No one cares about Hank. So you can do something along those lines. I think there's ways to make it work. It's just how will they make it work, and will it work? I have a lot of concerns for this movie because now, I mean, look at it. We got the 4 characters. We got Kirby. Now we got a detective. Like, let's assume Gail and Sydney are in this movie. Like, that's 8 characters right there, right? Or 7. Yeah, 8 characters right there. 8 characters right there. And we're not even talking about Ghostface, unless, I mean, the detective is Ghostface, possibly. But still, you need another Ghostface besides that. And then you need people to die in this film. Yeah, right? Like... And that's why I keep saying, and like I'll get people in my comment sections like, this person can't die and that person can't die and that would be so stupid, and I'm like, who are they going to kill? Like, I mean, not everybody can survive. That is even out of the 8 people right now, are all 8 of them are going to survive? There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, no, so like I just get so many comments of people where they're just like, there's no way they would do this. Like, why would they bring Kirby back just to kill her? And it's like, who else are they going to kill? And people are like, no, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, then you tell me. So what, we're going to have 2 people die in a Scream movie? Like, and it's the killers? Like, that makes no sense. Like, so either this is like a setup film leading into Scream 7, which means we might not get no Ghostface reveal. We might not get anything. It's just kind of like, here's the bunch of characters, there's attacks, 1 or 2 people die, and it leads into Scream 7. Or a couple of these characters you guys love are going to die. See you later, Wayne. I just think I just don't see another way around it. You know what I mean? I just think that, like, at least.
I think Kirby's a goner. Like, 100%. I
So
hate, like, it
messed
sucks.
up,
It's I want her to live, but Radio Silence has a history of bringing back some past characters and killing them. So, like, if I had to guess, yeah, she's probably gone.
Yeah. They need to kill Chad or Mindy and somebody instead. I mean, don't kill Kirby, bro. That's just terrible.
The core 4 is not making it through this. Like, not all of them.
Yeah, not all
I
of
don't
them.
think.
I don't think so.
No.
I think one has to, right? Like, there has to be one that dies, right?
I think Sam and Tara make it. The Meeks twins. I don't know.
One of them's gone.
At least one of them's gone.
I don't think they'll kill both of them, but I really think Mason's the one that's going to survive. Chad.
Yeah.
For a long time, I really thought he was going to die. But just like everything, like him being the fan favorite behind the scenes, Jasmine, she's got her show and projects and all this stuff.
Yellow Jackets.
Like, Yellow Jacket and stuff. Like, I just think, I don't know, I could see Mindy kills Kirby. That could be pretty interesting.
Oh, I'd be so angry.
Yeah, right. Like, I just, I just think, do you just not have like that male survivor? I mean, that's kind of the trend in movies now, like kill all the men, and it's like, which I mean, I don't care as long as it's a good story, but like, like it would be nice to have at least one male representation,
Well, what if that male representation is someone we haven't met yet? Like,
I mean, it's possible.
Like Simeon Days, right? Who auditioned. Yeah. What if he is in, they haven't announced him, but if he's in the film, because they pulled his audition down, like after everyone started noticing it. And what if he's in the movie? I don't know. I mean,
My only problem is
Well,
like you already failed to develop the one male character you had regardless. Am I really going to believe you're going to introduce a new male character, kill the one you failed to develop, and develop this one better? Like, I
right.
don't see that. Like,
Right.
I just think you're better off keeping him alive, and then
Kill Mindy.
that carrying on, and he's like, and not just that. I mean, he's following the trajectory of Dewey. He's just like David Arquette behind the scenes, fan favorite. They wanted to keep him around. They wanted to keep him alive. You got Kirby back, so I think that makes Mindy. What's going on, Zoe? I think that makes Kirby. It makes Mindy a lot more expendable.
Yeah.
Like, are you really going to have both of them survive? Like, yeah, they are very different characters, but they're
Yeah.
still Randy inspired characters. They're still along the same lines of characters, and so
Right.
I just think that like Mindy makes the most sense at this point. So I think that she is likely going to be the one that goes. Not just that, but Jasmine's made all those posts about like how would you feel if one of us died? Like would you be upset if I was if I died, and like just posting all this stuff. It's like it's almost like I'm not saying. I mean, she could just be asking just to ask, but it's at least a interesting thought of like, does she know that like this is it for her? Does she already know? Like, because I mean, she signed on. They made the announcement. They knew all that. She probably signed on, immediately. I mean, there were rumors that they all signed on while they were on Scream 5. That they signed that. So I mean, it's possible. So maybe they know. Maybe the core four know who's living and who's dying, and that's why Mindy's throwing out there like, how would you feel if me or Chad died? Like, I don't know. It's just it's fuel for thought, but
Well, if you want a fun little unscientific poll, I ran the other day, and who would you rather see die, Kirby or Sam? Or, I mean, I'm sorry,
maybe.
of Kirby or Mindy. Thank you. And it was like a landslide that Kirby lives.
Yeah.
Like they want Kirby.
Okay.
Like it wasn't even close, dude. It was like 95 to 5%. It was ridiculous. And so clearly, and that's just that's a current poll. I don't know what as far as the audience of my channel goes, it was over 1,000 people. It's a decent sample size
Yeah.
for a poll. And if that's any pulse of what everyone else's pulse is, it's pretty strong that they want to see Kirby live and Mindy die. If one of them has to die, that was the scenario. Like if one has to, and it does seem redundant to have both of them in the movie
Yeah.
for the whole time, right, and survive the movie. But Kirby, I'm telling you guys, I don't care about Kirby going on to 7. I want her to survive and live and say goodbye and hug, and everyone's happy before Nev gets that call from Stu as a cliffhanger. But before that happens, I want everything. I want Kirby to say goodbye, and everyone has nice hugs, and she's gone, and she's happy forever. We never see her again.
Yeah, but don't
Is
you
that
think,
too much to ask?
Yes.
It's a horror
dead.
movie. Of course,
Dead.
it's too much to ask.
Oh
But I mean,
man.
think about it like this: doesn't that poll, given it's a Scream movie, make more sense that they're going to kill her? Because that's what Scream does, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is what you think is going to happen. Watch,
I know.
But I just think all signs point to Kirby. I mean, it fits the plot perfectly. We saw what they did with the last Scream 4 character they brought back. They killed her in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
That was terrible.
She had 2 scenes, and none of them were dialogue. They were just her standing in the distance.
Right. Didn't even get to have Dewey with her. They cut that scene out. Which what are you doing?
You had nothing, and then you got the scene where she talks about going to get sushi, and then you get the end scene with her, talking. Which I thought that was a great scene.
That was.
But I just think I mean, you have that. I mention it all the time, and I've had people like that doesn't make sense, or like why do you keep making that argument? Because Kirby is not a radio silence character. If you have a project in a baby, right, that you're passionate about, you're trying to develop, you're trying to grow, and there's this other thing that you had no involvement with, no development, no attachment to, no nothing, like how does that not make sense? Of course, you're gonna drown the character you have no involvement in. They don't care about that. Like they're trying to build their own characters. I'm not saying that Mindy won't die or somebody won't die. They could both die for all we know.
Yeah.
But I just think no matter how you slice it, it looks like it just makes so much sense that Kirby would be the one to die. They have no emotional ties. Not just that, we don't even know if we're gonna like Kirby anymore. What if they bring Kirby back and she's terrible? You know, like Hayden hasn't
I mean,
acted it. Hayden hasn't acted
dude,
in
come
years, and
on.
but Wes Craven wrote the character. Who's to say that
Yeah,
they're gonna, you know? And I heard people, and I've
true.
had people in the comments that are like, "Well, they love Wes Craven so much. Why would they kill him? Kill him? Why would they kill Dewey? Why would they kill Judy? Like, so what? We're supposed to just keep every Wes Craven character alive? Let's just bring it all back.
Yes.
Let's just start the like. That's silly. Like, you know, it's just all signs point to Kirby meeting her end. Now, does that mean it'll happen? No, but I think it's a real possibility. I really do.
Yeah.
I do think she'll die, but I don't know if it's necessarily because they don't have ties to her. I think it's more because it's like, hey, here's a really cool fan favorite character, and we need a character to get killed in this scene. That's kind of how that's how I interpreted it when all that got announced. I hope she serves some kind of big purpose to the story. Like Judy didn't really, besides her becoming the sheriff in Woodsboro, and like it kind of works with Dewey's story. Besides that, she like doesn't really. Oh, and you know she's also Wes's mother, but she doesn't really serve that big of a purpose in the story. And because of that very minimal story serving, I'm like, okay, all right, that's fine. But how is Kirby going to do the same thing? Is Kirby going to be important to the plot somehow? I want to see how that all that works. I hope they don't just bring her back because it's like, Kirby, check this
Right.
out. Remember you liked this in 2011? You're gonna like it now, you know? Like,
But that's kind of what my fear is. That's kind of what I think is going to happen. I kind of just think they brought her back for the fan service. You know, I think it's just like it's. I do feel, and I could be wrong.
I am
feel
worried
like
about that.
I do feel like it's a little bit of an insurance policy for Nev. You know, I think
Right.
I think that was another like we don't know if Nev is coming back or not, so let's get Hayden back. It's a fan favorite. People love her. People wanted her to be, you know, the final girl after Scream 4. Wes's original draft had that actually happening, so it makes sense. Well, not Wes, but Kevin's original draft with Wes and Kevin had Kirby, you know, kind of being thrusted into the spotlight and being the final girl, you know, and they know all that stuff. So it's like, you know, if Nev doesn't return, at least we can say, oh, here's the other
Yeah.
shiny toy, you know, like, you know, I had somebody in my, I think it was a live stream or comment section, and it was like, can we have Sydney over for dinner? And they were like, no, we have Kirby coming. And I was like, that is a great analogy. I was like, that was the best. I was like, that was the best thing that you could think of. I was like, that was fantastic. Because that's kind of how it feels. It kind of feels like, you know, like we haven't heard any word of Nev. We're 3 days away. It's like, you know,
Yep.
if she is a cameo though, like if she is the end, like the very tail end scene thing, then it makes sense that you wouldn't announce her, you know, because you kind of want that to be a surprise. But I don't see that being kept under wraps. I mean, shit's gonna get leaked. I mean, the entire movie got leaked on several occasions. So it's just like, and I know you can't film a movie under the thought process of like, you know, we shouldn't do this because it's going to get leaked, or let's just get in front of it or whatever. But it's like, you know, at least let people know. You don't have to, they don't need to know what capacity she's in it, but just like, hey, Nev is in this movie. You're going to have a lot of people really excited, you know, and then, but I don't know, I guess, but to spin that, if she's not in the movie and you don't make the announcement, you probably get a lot of people that go see the movie that wouldn't have otherwise because they just inherently think Sydney's going to be in the movie. That's something.
Well,
else to think. That's
I
something else
think,
to think about.
well, here's the thing. I think two things. When I heard about Hayden being signed on, and I think we've talked about it, the first thing I thought of was this is going to greatly soften the blow if Nev's not in the movie. Big time. This is like putting a big pillow down on the floor before it hits, because this way, like you say, we're gonna miss her, but oh, well, look here, like, you know, look at this shiny, like you said, this shiny you know, gem from the past. And she can kind of serve that Sydney role, that mentor kind of role. So I think that does help. You're right about that. And I just don't know how they're going to use Kirby, because we've said this, man. If she's the opening kill, which that rumor has been going around, remember that her scene's filmed last, but it's the first of the movie.
Yeah.
She's going to be the Casey Becker. Man, I just think that, you know, they may think that that's a really cool way to subvert expectations, but I think that'd be a terrible move. I haven't met one person in the chat or comments of a video or you guys that loves that idea. No one has told me, man, this is the greatest opening. Kill Kirby. No one likes it that I've met. I don't like it.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know,
I don't like it. It makes a lot of sense. That doesn't mean I like it. I mean,
right?
it's just like I don't mind if Kirby dies. Like if they kill her, like I'm not gonna be like, what were you doing? Why did you do like all
Make it
right, cool.
count.
As long as it fits, like if they just kill her for shock value, then it's like, but I'm also not as high on Kirby as other people are. I mean, I liked the character. I thought she was great, but I didn't think she was anything like that special. You know what I mean? I was like, I've seen this exact character 50,000 times in various movies and Scream, especially Scream. Yeah, she has a little more spicy attitude, but outside of that, she's the same.
She's
character.
spicy.
Yeah,
Like
she's
it.
spicy. You know,
Spicy.
but spicy. But I just I don't know. I think it makes sense from their perspective because kill this character. It's emotional. It draws out everything that you would want. But I just think you're gonna have a lot of upset people, and it's just like my thing is
It's also this is the second. This is technically their sequel. And what's
Yeah.
Randy's rule when it comes to sequels, man? You got to up the body count. You
Yeah.
got to make it bloodier.
Yeah.
Like we're bringing back a lot of people, but that doesn't mean they're all gonna live. Like I think for
Exactly.
sure we're gonna be killed. I think Kirby's a goner. I think that one of the Meeks twins at least is a goner. I don't even know if Tara makes it through this movie, and I know how controversial that is. But I think it might be interesting with Sam's character development to kill Tara to see like how that would happen. I don't know. I think it would be cool. I love Jenna Ortega. She's amazing, but Craven really doesn't like that idea. I can't hear you, buddy.
Grab it.
That's how I was squirming so much. My mic died on me. Bro, I can't, dude. No,
It'd be upsetting. It'd be awesome.
it would be horrible. If anything, let's kill Sam and let's bring Tara up to the front, which is what I've been wanting since the movie ended in the theater. Is in my mind is Tara needs to be the one. Let's subvert expectations. You want to shock the world? Kill Sam in the opening. Kill Sam in the opening, and no one would be. If you were in Vegas, like someone I know, and you put odds on that, I bet you it would be the odds would be so slanted towards that not happening. It'd be a no-brainer. Like no one's taking it.
So kill the one character they developed from the last movie in the opening.
Well,
scene? I don't know about that,
to
man.
develop, but yeah, I say yes. I say if radio silence is really means that they're willing to risk it all and everything's up for grabs, let's see how much they're willing to risk. Kill her, and then let's let Tara step up to the plate with Kirby and the twins.
I mean,
it just feels like the same thing they did to Finn in the new Star Wars movies. They didn't know a lot of people didn't like him, so they're like, hey, let's just sideline him and put him on this side quest that has nothing to do with the fucking story in the next movie.
Right?
Like I don't know, man. That's just how I feel about it. I think it might be a shock, but it's like I said, the only character you developed in the last film. You just can't kill her off like that. But
No,
I don't know.
They won't. They're not going to do that.
It makes. I don't think they'd kill her off, but
No.
I could see that. It makes sense for Tara to kind of be thrusted into the spotlight, just primarily because of Jenna Ortega. I mean, she's out of everybody, she is the best actress as far as like face of the franchise going forward. Like if you want a poster, to have the Neve Campbell on it, like that's her right now. Her trajectory is just taken off. And so as she grows and her, stardom grows, that's just going to be more positive for Scream. So like I don't mind them making her sort of the main focus this one. I don't want to see them just like completely throw out Sam for that, because it's like, why'd you even establish her at all? Granted, you didn't know Tara was gonna take off the way she has, but still, like I think it makes sense. And like even like I was talking to one of my live streams about it and stuff, like because we were talking about like, oh, could Kirby ever be thrusted as like the final? And I was like, I don't think they will, because I mean, one, I don't think they're gonna replace Sam, and two, if they were, they would throw Jenna Ortega into the spotlight before they threw Hayden into the spotlight, just because Hayden hasn't done anything in forever. Yeah, people know her, but not to the level of Jenna Ortega right now. And like I said, as she skyrockets, so will Scream. So
I mean, I totally understand that, especially with like, I mean, dude, the first like what 3 months of this year, she was in like everything.
And she
It
has like
was
three
crazy.
more movies still coming out. Plus, she was filming another movie. She still has Wednesday. I mean, this girl is talk about a hot streak. I mean, she's in.
She does not stop, dude.
Yeah.
She does not stop
Yeah.
working. It's awesome. So no, I'm really pumped for. I'm very excited to see what they do with her character, especially in Scream 6. I hope she has a bigger role, like for sure. I hope she's not bedridden the whole time again. I want to see her
Yeah.
running around chasing after Ghostface this time.
She's
Make her do
Laurie
something different.
She's
What?
Laurie in Kills.
Laurie in
No.
Kills and Halloween 2, you know,
No,
like that was
no.
my problem. You know, I wanted some more Jenna Ortega, man.
I
She's
know.
awesome.
She is
So.
great. Well, I want to mention one thing that, Fate, you mentioned earlier about Nev, not being announced. I wonder if, look, if she's going to have a cameo at the end, like
Yeah.
we're talking about, I think it's smart to not announce her, let everyone assume she's not in the movie, because here's why I think it could backfire. If you announce that Nev has signed on, everyone's going to be waiting for the moment she comes on.
Yeah.
And then we get to the very last scene. It's going to be episode 7, where we get Luke Skywalker's in episode 7. We're all waiting. Where's Luke? We're trying to find Luke. And we get him on the very final little scene. We see Luke and the movie ends. And I never will forget when it ended. I was like, really? All this time we've been building up for this, and you give me like 10 seconds, 30 seconds, and it's over? And that's what I'm afraid would happen. If you advertise Nev, we're all going to be like, Nev's back. What's going to happen? What's going to get her involved? And all these rumors we'll have all kind of theory videos, and then she's there for like 30 seconds. I mean, that would be. I think you'd almost would tick off fans more than you would just to not announce her and let her be a surprise.
I mean,
But
I
if
think it depends on-
afterwards, sorry, Fake, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think if afterwards they had said, if they announced like at the movie, it's something like, oh, Sydney will return for Scream 7, I'd be pretty fucking intrigued if they did, because it's a little different than what's Luke Skywalker, because it's not just like, oh, he's gonna train Rey, like exactly what's gonna happen in the next movie. You know what I mean? So that to me is why it came off as so disappointing. It's not the grand reveal that they tried to make it out to be.
Exactly.
It would be a totally different tone, a totally different feel if the last shot of Scream 6 is Sydney getting a call from Ghostface or something. Because you're like, now that's an actual cliffhanger. That is unlike whatever the fuck they were trying to do in episode 7. This is like, oh shit, like Sydney Prescott and her babies, they're in trouble. Like that's scary, man. I feel like it's a little different, but maybe that's just me.
And
I think that's a great ending.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
I think you can also get away with the cliffhanger in Scream 6 because Scream 7 is likely going to be within a year, and like, because I've had people like, oh, like that would be so messed up if they come, but it's like we've all had a favorite show that ends on a cliffhanger. We're willing to wait a year. Like, it's free marketing, it's free promotion, it's free everything, because everyone's going to be talking about it. What's going to happen? What's coming next? But I do think like it does make sense, like, to keep that under wraps, stuff like that. But I just think that like it would be good because you have a lot of people that think she's not going to be in this movie. And if you never get an announcement, you might lose people going to the theater, at least an opening weekend or whatever, until word gets out, and then people will flock in. But if she's not in the movie, I think it makes a ton of sense to not say anything, then make the announcement that she's not, because as soon as you make that announcement, you're taking a hit. Like, now, if the movie's great, then I think a lot of those people that don't go, they'll come back, just out of curiosity or FOMO or just to be a part of the conversation or whatever. But I just think that if you don't say anything, now you get all these people going to the theaters. Yeah, they could be pissed off that Nev isn't in it, but now they're giving it a fair chance because they're watching the movie, and you're seeing the movie and you get to the end of the movie. It's like, well, where was Nev? But at least they saw the movie and they have an interpretation of whether they liked it or not. Where you're going to have people that hate the movie before they ever even see it. Like, it's something that I'm talking about. Like, if Nev isn't in this movie, like, what if Scream 6 is the best movie ever? Because you don't have to plug in Nev Campbell, and now you can use her 20 minutes or whatever to fill in the things. And, like, it's just a great movie. Like, because a good movie is a good movie regardless. Are people really going to be like, yeah, that was a great movie, but it sucked because Nev Campbell wasn't in it as Sidney Prescott?
Listen, man.
There'll be some for
Yeah,
sure.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I've read some comments, dude, that is like it's crazy, man. It's like if Nev Campbell's not in this, like people will like I've read comments from people who are like, if they announce she's not in it, I won't even see it. Like I will never watch it. I won't support Scream anymore. And it's just like
Oh yeah, man.
over one character. Like dude, the new Evil Dead doesn't have like Bruce Campbell. He's not gonna be in it. Him and Sam Raimi are producing it. But like I'm still really excited for it. Like I'm still super pumped for it. I don't know. To me, it's like one character is gonna completely make you not even like disown the frame. I don't know. To me, that's nutty. But I'm excited. Regardless, I'm excited for it.
The thing is, too, is like people need to realize is that like what Nev did and what Sydney did is unprecedented, even to this day. We've never gotten a horror franchise where the same character is in every movie. I mean, even Halloween has more movies without Jamie Lee Curtis than with. You know, I mean, it just doesn't happen because usually they either die or they just don't want to do it no more. We've had this luxury. So, and sooner or later, you're going to have to move off of it. So why not just like embrace it, accept it, cherish it for what it was? All good things come to an end. You know that they're not going to stop making Scream movies, just like they haven't stopped making Halloween movies or, Nightmare on Elm Street movies or Friday the 13th movies. Well, I mean, that stopped recently, but, as soon as they can, believe me, they will. It is just like, I mean, at some point, whether it's Scream 10 or Scream 50, we're gonna have to move off of Nev Campbell, and it's like, appreciate what it was, appreciate the really the only time in cinematic history as far as horror franchises go or horror genre goes that we got something like that. Let her move on, because the problem is you keep force feeding Sydney into these movies. Sooner or later, it's just not going to work. You're going to get to a point where it's like, all right, maybe we should just kill her. Or you're going to have characters that just hate it. Like, or not characters, but audience members that just hate it. Even people that love Sydney are just like, there's no point for her being in this film. And that's kind of what it seems like we're getting to. Like every Scream movie has gotten less and less of Sydney. And it's like, Scream 6, if it is a cliffhanger, it's like, okay, yeah, Scream 7, maybe you plug her in a prominent role just because, it's the conclusion of your trilogy. But that makes sense to me. Hopefully you can develop your characters better because you're,
hopefully, and
not have Sydney for 20 minutes. But I think at some point we gotta just move on. I want Nev. I want Sydney. I grew up with these people. I've lived with them for, 25, 26 years, so it's not like I don't want them. I'd love for her to be in it forever, but I just think the time has came and went. I mean, even Nev never thought she'd be in Scream 5. Like, there's the famous interview that went around for Scream 5, which is I've seen resurface again, where Nev herself is like, yeah, we never want to do a Scream. We never want to do a Scream 4, 5, and 6. This is going to be the end and all that stuff. And people are sharing that interview again. I mean, Nev said she didn't want to be in Scream 5. She it looks like we're going to have to move on. But anyway.
We'll see.
I would rather them focus on new characters. I think that's more important to me because I don't want them. I just don't want it to end up the same way as like the new Star Wars, where it's just like you had these characters with potential. Like I think Finn, Rey, Oscar Isaac's character, who I can't think of his name. Like they all had potential to be great characters, but they weren't because they didn't at all focus on them. Like they did not know what to do with any of those characters. They were just like, oh, well, people like Leia. They like Luke, so let's focus more on those characters. And then they fucked that up too. I don't know. I feel like if you want to actually do something successful, people that fans are going to like, you got to put more time and effort into writing your actual characters. I mean, it sounds so simple. It sounds so like, oh yeah, obviously that's what they should do. But like, there's definitely that you're teetering on the idea of just leaning on the legacy characters. These characters that are already established, people already like them. Let's just throw them in there. Let's just make a story with that. But to me, you can write a good story with new characters. It's not that hard. Like you just have to develop them. You have to make them go through certain situations to learn certain things or to be better people or worse people, depending on the kind of story you're writing. Just actually do that instead of trying to now like course correct too much. Like the new Star Wars is like the biggest situation of overthinking of all time in film, in my opinion. Don't overthink it. Just write good characters. Don't do that with Scream. Just write good characters. That's all you need to do.
No, they wouldn't, Jason. No, they wouldn't.
What's Jason saying? No, I'm kidding.
He said the big question is, would people watch the Lethal Collective without Faith?
Well,
There
of
would
course
be no
not.
there would be no Lethal Collective without Fate.
Who would talk for the majority of the time?
I mean,
Exactly. Somebody's got to carry.
someone's got to talk for 75%
Yeah.
of the show at least.
Somebody's got to be the Nev Campbell of this.
Oh
Somebody's
my
got
gosh.
to throw you guys on my
Dude.
shoulders and take us to the promised land.
Oh, you know what I got to say to that?
I'm gonna make your bubba bounce right now.
Was that a
Multiple
different
guys?
video?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What?
It's the same video. It's just different
Different
guys.
dancers.
Yeah.
I got I
What?
got all kinds of stuff, man. Oh yeah. I am telling you, I'm loaded up, dude. I'm loaded. The barrels, the cylinders fully loaded.
You came prepared for sure.
I did,
Kirby
man.
fully loaded. Oh yeah.
But
Oh man.
what how many characters do you want to see in this movie? Like ideally.
Craven, you want to take that one first?
Sure.
Because I got to think about that.
Yeah. No, right. No, well, look, in Scream 5 we had 13 characters. Not nearly enough development to get to know these people and really care a lot about them. So I say if you go 13 or more, you're running the risk of us having another movie where we say, great potential, man. I still don't know enough about Chad, and I didn't see Mindy enough to connect with her at some level, or Sam and Tara, and take your pick, any of them. So, but at the same time, you do have to have people die. So we know we're at the core 4 plus Hayden is 5. The detective, I'm not going to really count. I mean, he's a new person that could totally die. He could be a victim. Simeon Days, if he comes through, we'll see. Another victim. And then if you get Courtney, that's, I think you could get another 3 or 4 characters in here and that should be it. I guess my answer is I say don't go over 13. I would prefer more like 11, to be honest with you, because
Problem is that's only 3 more characters.
I know
potentially.
I'm okay. See, that's what I was thinking though. Honestly, I was like, 3 more characters, that'd be okay. Like if you gave us 3 meat bags for the slaughter, sure.
Yeah, but then who's Ghost?
One of them, maybe. I don't know.
maybe.
But also that begs the question: does that make it too obvious? Does that narrow it down too much to 3 people essentially?
Yeah.
But also in the past, though, think about this. Think about the first movie. There's really not that many people who you assume it could be Ghostface. You're probably thinking maybe Randy, Stu, Billy, Neil Prescott. Is that it? You know what I mean? You really don't need that many people to be red herrings and then the actual killer. So if you added 3 people, you made 2 of them red herrings and maybe one of them the killer, and then one of these returning people, maybe this detective character is one of the killers or something. I'm just spitballing here, but that could be it. I mean, that could be enough. I don't know. It depends. Once again, execution is everything, I think. But I do agree that maybe 3 or 4 new characters, no more than that, because I want them to develop these new characters. That's something that I've talked so positive. When it comes to Scream, unlike any other slasher franchise, they actually develop characters, which is really cool. Throughout sequels, that's oh shit, that's sweet. Yep. So let's do that with these new characters, especially if we're taking a departure from the legacy characters. Let's try to recreate that with Sam, with Tara, with Chad or Mindy.
Yeah.
I think I just don't see it. That's the problem. Because if we get 3 new characters, that all but ensures that one of the core 4 are probably dead and very likely Kirby. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to kill Nev if she's in the movie. They're not going to kill, they could kill Gail. Yeah, Gail is somebody that could die as well. But I mean, the smallest kill count in the Scream franchise was 96, and that was still 6 people. So I mean, you got to imagine they at least got to have 4 or 5 kills in this movie. So I just don't see a way. I see at least bare minimum. I think you have to have at least 5 more characters. Because even if you just go the standard of 2 Ghostface, but are they going to do that standard again? Or are they going to switch it up and go 3 Ghostface this time? If they go 3 Ghostface, there's 3 characters right there. You still need people to die. I just don't know how you can. I just don't know how you can do that. Unless you have a low body count, but you mentioned earlier, Jake, the body count is always bigger. Death scenes are always more elaborate. Like all of those things, I think are we need to see in the sequel. And I just don't know how you get there
Well,
without having 13 or 14, 15 characters.
here's the thing: you can have these 11, 12 people that are your central cast, but
Yeah.
then you can have several more that are your CC Coopers.
Yeah,
You know, these other characters where they're not really involved with the main cast. They're there for 5, 6 minutes for a death scene.
Yeah.
And they're gone. They're there because they're on college campus. Usually, you could have a lot of people they hire just to kill them off, just to bring them in, kill them. We don't care about them. We're not trying to develop them, but there has to be victims. And so, CC Cooper was never a part of the core group.
Yeah.
Into, and I know there's more. I just right now, so I'm thinking is who's in my
Well,
head.
I was even throwing out like the possibility at one of my videos. I was saying it was the bloodbath video. Like you could do like creative things. Like what if the opening scene is at like a college party and you just have like 2 or 3 Ghostface storm in and just slaughter everybody. Like at that point, who cares if they're developed characters or not? Because that's not the point. The point is that you just get these Ghostface that are just absolutely brutal and insane and just fucking locked up. You're talking like the Collected scene. At the nightclub, like something like that. I think that would be incredible. You just have Ghostface just slashing through the sorority real quick. It's like 10 people. All of them are dead. None of them are relevant. Who cares? It's just an epic. Imagine that's the start of your movie. You're like, damn, like what's coming next?
I'd be down for that.
I think you could do that and then get away with the smaller kill count the rest of the way because we have it in our head. We just saw like 15 people die, even though in reality it wasn't like, it was technically, but it's, it was one brief moment. But I think that there are creative ways for you to kind of, get around, like make it seem like it's a high kill count, but it's really not. Have like multiple, like an established character, and then like say Kirby's gets attacked and her boyfriend dies or her husband dies and not her, and and then there's a kill. You don't need to develop him, like things like that. I think there are ways to kind of make it work. I just it's just something that I'm just like I don't see how you get there. But what do you guys think body count? Do you think we're like? Do you think we get a big body count? You think we do? You think we get a huge body count?
Yes, 100%.
But then we got to have more than 3 characters.
Well, we like Craven was saying though. I agree with him. I feel like we have 3 characters who are like okay, that we're gonna develop them a little bit. They're gonna be focused characters, but we could have a scene like that at a college party where it's like you get 6 kills right off the bat. Of nobodies, just some throat slashes and some stabs in the back and all that. Like that would be super easy to film, I think. And I'd be all right with that. Just to see Ghostface going ham on like a whole group of people. Fuck yeah, dude. I don't care about the logistics. I just want to see that.
It would be something new too. It'd be something we haven't really seen. My only concern is that like, and of course I want to hear what you guys think, but like, like the big problem with Scream 5 a lot of people had were that like they had all these characters that never got developed, like Wes and Vince, and like people were so excited to see them, and you got nothing. Judy, I mean, you could even say Judy was kind of one of those characters that was just, like you said, just in it briefly for like 5 minutes and then died. They basically did that in Scream 5, and it seemed like more people hated it than liked it. You don't think that that'll be an issue for Scream 6, Jake?
I think that if we develop the characters we already established in the last film more, that's going to be the most important thing to me. Like the main 4 that survived, that's it, especially how we've been talking about it and how it seems like this film is going to be. Is it's going to be much more focused on those characters. You're gonna have much more time to do that, especially if Gail's not in it, if Sydney's not in it. Like you're gonna have so much time to develop your main characters. You're actually gonna have also that extra 20 minutes to develop a side character as well. So I don't think it could. I don't think it's gonna. Depending on what they do, I really don't think it's going to be that big of an issue like how it was in Scream 5 because you had to put all that in there. And Scream 5 also should have been like 15 minutes longer. Like it needed another 15 minutes of runtime. That was just, it seems like it was an editing thing or something. I'm not 100% sure, but interesting. I just got a notification that Scream posted something.
Oh.
Okay, no, never mind. It's just it's the Dermot Maroney thing. I was like, oh shit, is there more cast? I'm
we're
like,
getting
no way.
exclusive!
Yeah, I'm like, dude,
Scream
no way.
Twitter-
I'm like,
Scream
that'd be
Twitter
crazy.
feed they're way behind. That's we broke that story a long time ago, like an hour ago.
Twitter needs us to break the news.
Seriously, they're slacking.
You know what's great? You know what's great though about like, and this goes, and the Craven, I do want to hear your thoughts, but just real quick, like, and this just shows how awesome the community is. Every time something breaks, I find out immediately, not because of anything other than like the community sending it to me. And it's like 15 people every time that are all like, oh, did you see this? And I love it because, especially me, I'm so busy and caught up most of the time. I'm not like constantly checking social media. So like I'm usually the last person to find out about it. Like luckily I was talking to Jake when it got announced. Otherwise I wouldn't have known. So Jake was
I literally cut him off. I'm like, dude, oh my God, there's a new Scream 6 cast member.
And I was like,
bro.
no. He's like, don't worry, I already sent it to you. And I was like, thank you. Because I was like, I wouldn't have known until I got on the collective. Like I guarantee you. Because I was just like in the middle of something like, trying to get together. So I was like, damn, now I got to make a video real quick before we jump on the stream. So I was like, we're hurrying up. But I just big shout outs to the community. It's awesome that, I get it immediately every time just because everyone's like, here, look, did you see this? Did you see that? Because this time last year, that was not happening. Granted, I was a lot smaller. So I had to like stay up till like 6 a.m. all the time because it's like, is the trailer coming out today or not? Like now it's like, I have all of you. But sorry, Craven, what do you think? What do you think about the kill count?
Yeah. So I think that it needs to be 10 or more. I think it needs to get up there around 10. Doesn't have to be like 15 or 20. That's ridiculous. But I mean, 10 is what I'd like to see, double digits. Let's get out of single digits because it is the sequel. And if they're following Randy's rules, we've got to go up. We got to get it. We got to get it up and get that count up, man. So I'm going to go with 10 as the number. Circle that 10 kills. And that I guess that includes the Ghostface killers because I would like to say 10 plus 2, but I think that's way high. I think 10 includes them. Yeah. What do you guys think?
What if we got like? Do you think they could get away with it if like? So like, say they did do the bloodbath thing and they did kill like 6 people, right?
Oh.
And then the rest, like, and say they did it early, right? To have that like established in our head. Because I don't think it would work as well if you did it later. But if you did it early and you just had this, where they killed 6 people, and then the rest of the movie they only kill like 3 or 2, and then the 2 Ghostface at the end. Do you think that they could get away with that, or do you think people would be upset? Like okay, yeah, you killed.
As long as they're good, it's not the quantity of the kill; it's the quality. Is how I feel about it. Yeah,
good kills.
I think if they give us a opening bloodbath and then there's like 3 really well executed kills that aren't just like stabs or like throat slashes, I'd be okay with that. Honestly, I'd be like, all right, hey, okay, that's pretty cool. I want some heads getting chopped off. I want some limb. I want Ghostface ripping off fingers in this movie. Something, I don't know. I'm not asking for much.
Peeling off fingernails.
Yeah.
Ripping off eyelashes.
Some good old fashioned torture, What happened to that?
Torture porn.
Oh my gosh. Scrawl instead of Screaming Saw, it's Scrawl. Scrawl.
Directed by Eli Roth, something like that.
Oh,
what if it's called like Scream Hostel?
Scream Hostel.
Man, I think that works though too. I agree. I think if you have a really amazing opening kill, like over to the point where we're just like coming off of the high for like 5 minutes in the movie, we're still like, can you believe that opening kill's all we're thinking the whole time? And then, give us good story, give us good, good development. Let us love these 4 characters now, not just kind of like them, which is kind of how I am now. I want to love them to the point where if they do get killed, I'm gonna be ticked off and want to hurt. That's what I want to feel. That kind of like right now. Honestly, if Mindy was killed, I'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. It would not even affect me or Chad. Really, not even Sam. To be honest with you, to be completely honest, the only new character that I would really be like, oh shoot, would be Tara. That would really bug me. But the others, I just didn't connect to them. So I hope that they give us that connection in this one. And then it's okay if we only have 3 more really good kills. And then the third act, where we get 2 more kills, which is the Ghostface killers get killed. Those count too. So that's 5 big kills and like 6 huge kills in the beginning. Just victim fodder. I don't care what their names are. Just shred them. Let's just
I mean, if you do
let's
stuff
go.
like that, you don't need to know. Like the characters are irrelevant at that point.
They're irrelevant.
That's literally all it is. It's just about the scene.
It's just warm bodies getting slashed and sliced and diced.
Meat suits. Yeah.
Yes.
Meat suits.
Yeah, I agree.
love
I think it comes down to the quality. I want us to get kill scenes that we leave the theater going, wow, that was like, dude, that scene was just incredible. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I think we do need a scene or two with Ghostface poking somebody, but like,
Oh yeah.
I don't mind if they go a different direction. You know, I would like to see them do something different. Like, you know, give us just some badass kill. You know, if you do the opening scene and it's like a bloodbath, I think that's one way to really establish. And you're like, wow, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And then there's a talking point, and then you have like a traditional stab scene, maybe epic chase scene that leads to a kill. Great. And then you have like another like crazy like Ghostface like ties, you know, there's 2 Ghostface and they tie somebody to a truck, you know, and just disembody them. That'd be crazy. Like you'd be like, what? Like
Oh my god! Holy shit!
like, you know,
I'm just imagining the audience's reaction, who's like
Dude.
used to a Scream film, and like you just throw something like that at them. Holy shit!
both
That'd be
Ghostface
awesome.
just give the thumbs up and they just
Oh my gosh.
Like, you know, you could have some crazy like epic kills. You know, I just and that's something else. Like, you know, what kind of kills do you want to hear? But real quick before I jump into that, because I do have a question for you, Jake. Real quick.
What's up, Eric?
So Scream, what's going on, Eric? How you doing, Brandon? Scream loves to do the meta references, the movie references. On a scale of 1 to 1 trillion, how happy will you be if they made a Ratma reference?
Oh my gosh.
Gary,
I would-
talking about rats made me think of the question.
I would lose my fucking mind. I would go hail Ratma in the middle of that theater, and no one would know what I was saying, and I would be so proud. I'd be so happy, dude. It's okay, but that's not even. Listen,
like, hell, Ratma.
that's not even too far off, dude. Radio Silence produced
Yeah,
VHS
that's what I'm
94,
saying.
man.
That's
They
what
know
I'm
Chloe
saying.
Okuno, like they
That's
know
what
her,
I'm
bro.
saying. Yes.
They know
That's what I'm
exactly.
saying.
Yeah, no, they know exactly what the fuck that is. So I wouldn't put it past them. I really wouldn't put it past
That
them.
would be hilarious. Like, imagine if Ghostface just slaughtered somebody and then was like, hell, Ratma. And then just ran away.
Or like they pass the sewer, they pass like by like a sewer or something, and you just see it like poke its head out, or you know, something stupid. I don't know that they wouldn't do that, but so, bro, I would lose my mind. I would go fucking crazy, and no one would know why. I would be the only one.
Look at this weirdo. But anyway, I just had to ask that question because Gary's comment made me think of that.
But it's funny you bring that up because I was going to talk about so I went to go see Chloe Okuno's new movie last night, Watcher, which is in theaters now. Go watch it. Go see it. Go watch Watcher. It's good.
Is that what the girl from Shameless?
Girl from Shameless? No, it's the girl from It Follows.
It follows.
Who's
Ah.
yeah. She's in the lead role, but Chloe Okuno's the one who did the Ratma skit. So she I loved it, and what I wanted to talk about regarding Scream 6 was it's a very simplistic movie. There's not that many kills, there's not that much action, but when there is something on screen because of how they built it up throughout the whole movie, it's a slow burn.
Okay.
Slow burn the entire time. When you finally do get something crazy happen, it's that much more impactful. And I'll be honest with you, it's just a gunshot. Like that's not even a spoiler or anything. There's a couple of gunshots, and it's so visceral, and it's so like it hits you so differently because of how quiet of a movie it is. It's just like the whole film is tension building to the very end. So
Cool.
If Scream 6 is very sparing of some of like the kills and some of the action, as long as they like build it up correctly, it can be just as effective as a movie like Halloween Kills, where it's constant action going on the whole time. I guess is my point. So that's kind of why I'm more of a quality over quantity kind of guy when it comes to that kind of shit. But let's see what happens. Let's see what route they go with Scream 6.
Yeah.
What about you, Craig?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about I want it to build up to an amazing payoff. Honestly, that's what I want. I want this thing to, and I want it to be suspense, and I want a twist. I don't want to know. I want to be surprised. I want them to shock us in 6, like not just like shock for shock value. I mean shock us in. Whoa! Didn't see this coming. Never would have guessed it. Well done. That's what I want to have happen. And I mean, I want to have that feeling I had in Scream 4 when the mask comes off and it's Jill Roberts. Jill's underneath them. I'll never forget that moment. I was like, what? I never suspected her. That's what I want from this movie. I want that feeling again, And I was hoping to get it in 5, and they airmailed everything to us ahead of time. So that didn't happen. So I'm really hoping that in this movie we will get. First of all, the marketing, we've talked about this before, and Jake, I heard you talk about it the other day on one of your videos. Again, we all say it. No third act footage in the trailer. We all agree. Don't do that. Keep the trailer to a minimum. Just show us some useless scenes. Like, we don't even care. We're going to go see it, And so don't reveal the ending or anything. Let us be surprised and then write a good story. If it's a slower burn, I'm good with it as long as that payoff's there. That's the key, for me. So I want to be surprised when those masks come off. And give us a dadgum Ghostface mask reveal. Please. Let us actually see a mask come off to show us who the killer is at the last second. Don't just show us full regular clothed people. And I missed that. And I was hoping at least 1 in 5. Because we've been getting, ever since the first movie, we've gotten a Ghostface reveal. At least one person in costume at the end took off the mask. And I've loved that in those 3 movies. And we didn't get it in 5, so I hope that we get it in 6. Those are my expectations. If they do those, I'll go either way, man. Again, victim count doesn't have to be outrageous for me. It's the story that matters the most to me, and how well it's done, and how much tension you can build towards that ending. And if that ending actually ends up being that double ending where we get a cliffhanger, that's like a double whammy. Where we think we're resolved and we're all happy, or we're all upset, depending on what they do, and we're ready to leave the theater. And wait a second, Nev appears after 2 hours in the movie, and there's that cliffhanger ending where we have Stu setting up 7, and I'm ready for that. That's what I hope is going to happen. So that's how I feel.
What if they don't even mention Stu in the next 2 movies?
Oh, it was just no. I think that just that actually may even enhance things more, especially if she gets the cliffhanger. If we get the cliffhanger ending, so
there you go. Anything is possible. It's wonderful.
It is.
That's what's fun about this time period right here. We could just like, ooh, yeah. Gentlemen, I got to be honest with you. I put out 4 videos today, and I'm pretty fucking tired. So I'm gonna peace out. But if you guys want to keep the stream going, go fucking nuts. Go. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, baby, as Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit would say.
My voice has been on the mend all week, and so I haven't done any streams since Monday like this. So I think if I don't want to push it anymore, because I got a big stream tomorrow night at 9:30, that's going to be epic. Big Stu announcement we're going to have tomorrow night for the event. Debuting a trailer we just finished this week for it. It's going to be a big thing. So I'm gonna tag out as well, because I don't want to.
So
push
it's
it
just me, everyone. No, I'm joking.
I think we'll unless you oppose heavily fate, I think we'll call it a night.
It's up to you. We're collective. Is that if people want to watch me, go watch my videos, which I do have a video up, by the way. But
shameless plug.
Before we go, I want to do a shameless plug because it is doing really well right now. My sports channel, Carrie, can you do me a solid? Can you post a link in the chat, because I'm not logged into the Lethal stream, so I can't do it. But you're a mod, so you can post it. As it stands, it's my sports channel. I'm over 500 subs, which happened in the last 2 days. I was at 200 or whatever, and I got a video that got 100,000 views, and so I've already reached my watch time by a mile. I've basically tripled what the requirement is for the watch time in the last 3 days, and every video I post just keeps doing good. So I want to get that channel monetized. So if you're not subscribed to that channel, even if you don't like sports, if you just want to support me, do me a solid. Go subscribe to that channel for me. It mean a ton to me. I'm at 520. What am I at? I'll tell you exactly. I'm at 5. Come on, hurry up. 521. So,
I just subscribed. Yeah,
you did? Thank you.
I did.
So yeah,
Rock
so
on.
I'm at 521. If you could, thank you, Carrie. Carrie posted it in the chat. If you could all go over there, subscribe, it would mean a ton to me. I just want to get to 1,000 subs because then I'd have 3 channels monetized. That's awesome. That would make me very happy. So please and thank you. You're all awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And can I say also, we have, we've been posting almost every single day this week since last Friday about making community posts. I know that Fate and I know Jake, you've been busy, but Fate and I know have been posting every day on our channels to try to drive traffic to the channel here for the Lethal Collective. And we are stuck at 635. And so we've been posting almost literally 7 straight days. So anything you guys can do to help us spread the word on your social media accounts, anywhere you can, just to spread the word of the collective, put a link to our channel in your posts. That would be a huge help because we are stuck at 635. We've got to get to 1,000. I mean, we're so close, and we appreciate all of your help, guys. We're going to continue doing our part too. We're not just asking you to do it, the heavy lifting. We are going to continue posting on our channels individually to try to drive traffic, and we'll also continue to mention it in videos and things that we're doing. But we're kind of we're in a stuck, we're in the mud, and we need to get out of it and continue to get these counts up. So anything you can do, we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, real quick too. I mean, me and Jake were talking about this because the last couple week or so, give or take, a day or so, my subscribe count's been terrible. And I didn't know what was going on. I was just it's weird because I'll get about 20, 15 to 25, 15 to 20 subs daily. And I mean today I'm actually having a pretty good day sub count, but the last week I got what I get in a day I got in a week. I was getting 2 to 3 subs a day, which is crazy. Yeah. So I just think it's like Jake was saying, it might just be the time.
Everyone's busy, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone the whole month of May was finals for people in high school and college and all that. And now it's the time to go out and party and be outside. So I feel in the next week, it'll probably go back to normal is kind of what I'm thinking. Cause summer's really good for me typically. The past 2 years, this June, July has both been unanimously really good months. So I think it'll start picking up here in the next week or so. Good.
Hope so. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I sure would love us to be at 1,000 by the end of summer. That would be, by August, September. If we could hit that by September 1st, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So that's 100 a month, basically, something like that.
I don't think that's unrealistic. I mean, it's only 4 subs a day.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, yeah, man. All right. Well, guys, I think we'll call it a day. Thank you all for your attendance and your support, as always. Happy birthday again to you, Jen. And for anyone else who may have a birthday coming up before Monday, in the next 2 days, happy birthday to you early. We've had a great time. Any other closing thoughts, guys, before we say goodnight?
No, happy birthday, Jen.
Happy birthday, Jen. Yeah.
You just had a birthday. That reminds me of White Chicks every time.
Oh, look at there. Jake's dabbing for us.
There we go. Someone said it earlier. There you go. There's all the dabs.
Oh, Jake dabs, man.
I'm going to give myself whiplash. Let's go.
Oh. Thank you, Jason. Thanks, buddy. Thank you, Jason. I just saw you subscribe to the sports channel. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's awesome, guys. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Well, listen, it wouldn't be a collective episode if we don't get it in just one time. Everyone remember, on Monday, we'll be having our next Lethal Collective at 4 p.m. Central, 5 Eastern. And Jake, do you have any streams you want to plug for the weekend at all?
I probably won't have time. We're filming all weekend, but yeah.
Okay.
Go watch my video. I posted 4 videos today. Go watch my videos.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And for my plug, I just have one. I mentioned earlier, tomorrow night, 9:30 Central, a really big Stu event announcement and trailer debut. It's going to be a big night. I've been saving my voice all week to get it strong enough for an encore on Saturday. So hope you guys will all come. And all I need to know is, will you guys be there?
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
The Collective has spoken. Good night, guys.
Peace.